Welcome to Soul Tales Daily, where simple stories echo deep emotions, joy, sorrow, greed, and glimpses of humanity. Stay a while, maybe you'll find yourself in one of them. Right finger hit subscribe and make every day a story to remember. Dizzy. Everyone has dreamed of a rosy life. Until reality makes us cry in the middle of the streets of Paris, where the sparkling lights are not enough to warm a lonely heart. Paris, the city of lights, of early morning coffee and violin music echoing from street corners. Elise, a 19-year-old girl from the south of France, has eyes as clear as an autumn lake and brown hair that sparkles in the sun. She carries a small suitcase and a big heart, believing that life will be as gentle as in the movies. On the first day, it was raining lightly. Elise dragged her suitcase across the wet cobblestone street, looked up at the Eiffel Tower in the mist, and smiled. This Paris will be the beginning of my dream. The small attic she rented was old but warm. The windows opened to pale blue sky and sloping gray roofs. During the day, she studied at design school. At night, she worked as a waitress in an old cafe on Rue de Seine to pay the rent. There she meets Luc, a manager a few years older than her, with cold gray eyes and a half smile. He has a Parisian air, confident, charming and mysterious. Elise admires him, while Luc is drawn to her innocence. One evening, when the bar was empty, Luc said, "A dreamy girl like you will soon have your dreams shattered." Elise smiled, the light reflecting in her eyes. "I'm not afraid of being disillusioned. I'm just afraid of not living my life to the fullest." Luc was silent. There was pity in his eyes, and also a challenge. But dreams don't pay the rent. Elise worked herself to the bone, studying while creating her first collection, Pink Dream, designs in pink and silver, symbolizing faith and hope. One night, as she collapsed on the table, Luc walked in, looked at the drawings spread out, and smiled. The next morning, everything was gone. Elise ran everywhere looking for it, then froze when she saw the poster for the Paris Autumn Collection competition, the Pink Dream collection named Luc. "No way," she whispered, her heart felt like it was being squeezed. She faced him in the cafe, tears streaming down her face. "Why you?" "I trusted you," Luc coldly said. "Life is not rosy, Elise. Everyone is out for themselves." That sentence was like a knife tearing apart the young dream. That night, Elise wandered along the banks of the Seine, the rain falling, the lights reflecting on the yellow water. She sat on the Alexander III Bridge, her hands trembling, her heart empty. "Am I stupid?" she whispered. The magnificent Paris, but she felt as small as a speck of dust in someone else's dream. But then, as the first rays of dawn shone on the river, Elise looked up. No more tears, only a determined gaze. "If life isn't rosy, I'll make it my own." She started again. The small room became a workshop, filled with drawings, fabrics, and worn-out pieces of cloth. Every stitch was a declaration that she would live by her hands. A month later, at the big show, the catwalk lights were shining brightly. The model walked out in a custom Elise dress, pink with silver shimmer, soft as a dream reborn. The whole auditorium was silent for a few seconds, then exploded in applause. Elise took a deep breath, tears welling up in her eyes, but they were tears of pride. The spotlight shone on her, no longer the dreamy girl, but a woman who rose from the rubble. The last row, Luc stood silently watching. He smiled faintly, then bowed his head, as if he understood that Paris today no longer belonged to him, but to the girl he once despised. Elise looked up at the sky through the glass roof and whispered, "Now, I don't need Paris to dream anymore. Because I have become my dream." The light reflected in her eyes, bright, free, and alive like real life. Dreams are not to blame. But if we only dream, we will always live in illusion. Only when we dare to fall, dare to stand up, can we make our dreams come true, and turn ourselves into light. If you have ever had a broken dream, do not be afraid. Because sometimes, it is the cracks that let the light in. Right finger subscribe to the channel to hear more stories that will revive your heart.